Hi, everybody. It's Leanne and Stephanie from the Healing Studio in Broomfield, Colorado. I am Leanne Holitza. I work out of the Healing Studio as an energy healer, and I teach classes and workshops as well. And Stephanie, tell us what you do.
Well, I'm a massage therapist, but I'm also a Reiki master healer and a Holy Fire 3 Karuna Reiki master and healer and an Akashic record reader.
Awesome.
And I also work out of the healing studio.
Yeah, we have some great healers here, and some of us work remote. Both of us do. And what we're just coming to tell you about is our basically what we're noticing energetically at this point in time. It is April 1st, 2025 when we're recording this. And we just like
This is not an April Fool's joke.
not an April Fool's joke. But we would like to kind of just give you a little heads up about what, as energy healers, because we have like a little bit of a different seat at the table, kind of like energetic lifeguards. We can see all of the beach and the waves and all the things that are going on. And we just want you to have a little heads up about what we're noticing. So, Stephanie, I'm going to let you start. What are you noticing these days?
Well, the eclipse season is pretty rough for a lot of people, especially people who are energetically sensitive. And then we've got Mercury retrograde hitting us hard. We've got Venus retrograde hitting us hard. So everybody's just kind of in the weeds right now, in the waves.
Yeah, and I one of the things I keep telling people that I'm feeling, it's like right before the baby's born transition. It's like there's like intense contractive energies, intense expansive energies. Things are really changing, and we're being asked to let go of everything that we have been clinging to. It's
Yeah.
we're headed into something so brand new that we cannot bring the old with us. It doesn't fit. The furniture is too big.
Right.
But
And I asked the Akashic Records today because there's a lot of grief in the air that I think people aren't even realizing is grief as we
mhm.
let these things go. And so this morning I did an Akashic record reading, and what I asked about this collective grief, they said it's very real. So, first of all, acknowledge it. We're not even acknowledging the grief that we're feeling, and let it come up, and also realize that whatever you're grieving is an illusion of separation. So we're feeling separated from an old way of life that was more comfortable. We're feeling separated from
Mhm.
people a lot of people transitioned over the last 5 years, and we're feeling, that loss and separation, like we don't have them anymore. We're feeling loss and separation from those little parts of ourselves that we hid away to be, that want to come back, those little parts of ourselves. And if we can, or I should say, when we can kind of bring those parts of ourselves back to us and feel that we're still connected to people on the other side, we're still connected to those little parts of ourselves, even when we let things go, then we can feel more peace and harmony as a collective.
Well, and I think the grief is important, right? And the grief is it means that we've experienced something that we're sad to see leave. So there is
Mm-hmm.
there's some love and joy there too. But where I'm seeing people getting in the most trouble is where they're resisting the the big transition. Where they're not acknowledging, oh yeah, I'm in a big transition, right? And then they are kind of getting slapped in the face with the waves because they won't ride the wave or let the wave carry them wherever they're going. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my clients are really wanting to make sense of this time period. Like, what in the heck is happening? Tell me how this all turns out. And I just keep hearing from the guides, no, you don't want to know how it turns out. You want it to be wide open. That's the miracle space where we don't know what's going to happen next because it's never happened before. And that's can feel we just love uncertainty as humans, right? We don't love it. We really do get into like a little bit of a fight with it. But I really am seeing a lot more willingness of people to do the work to help shift the mindset. They kind of I think everybody's starting to feel like you can't just sit back and wait for and not do anything.
Right.
And the thing to do is to work on healing you and what is moving you forward. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of what is my place in all of this?
Yeah.
What is mine to do? Because I think I've watched over the past couple of months people really want to pay attention to everything. And what do I do about this? And what do we do about that? And we have to be upset about these things. And they've realized like there's too much. I can't do it all. So what's my part? How can I navigate all of this?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that there's just, a lot of cleanup, a lot of like pruning, if you will. Um,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's, not necessarily a bad thing. I know some of it feels intense, but it's making room for the things that we really say we want. And that's the other thing too, is we're being asked to prioritize. Like you can't solve everything, you can't fix everything. You can't even fix most things. You can, right?
Yeah.
You can only
Well,
really get to a few things and that they're yours to do.
yes. The image I got when you said pruning is when you go out and do spring cleanup in the garden and you prune the roses and you prune the bushes and then you pull out all the dead leaves and fallen branches and things like that. And sometimes you have a favorite plant that didn't make it through the winter and didn't come back again and you're like, "Oh man, I loved that plant. I don't know why it died, but if you pull that dead plant out, then first of all the whole garden is healthier, but second of all you can plant something new that might thrive there better."
Right, right. And sometimes you never know why the thing died. It just did. So it's okay to just let it go. Like sometimes I'm seeing people like kind of hyper manage. Why was that there? What is this about? How do I not ever have that happen again? And sometimes there's no sense to be made, especially during these really chaotic times. There is really no sense to be made. Um, so from what I know, you guys headed into April, still chaos a little bit and lots of invitation for drama. If making those choices about what you want to be involved in and what you don't, acknowledging your access points, if you will, of that drama, and if you want to heal what might be triggering you into engaging. I'm under the impression, based on my consulting with my guides and the light council and things, that we are getting hit by a lot of different kinds of energies. Most of it's trying to help us, most of it's trying to shift us. Some of it feels rough,
Yeah.
and it will probably be like that for a little bit longer. So I like to say that because it's kind of, this is like the forecast, right? Like we're saying energy is rough, take a coat. you know
Right.
and you can't fight it. It's more about finding where you feel safe and secure during these times of change, where you feel held and seen in those times of change, and where can you hold and be and see for others too.
Mhm. And again, it goes back to what we've been saying for a while as far as pick a lane. Don't try to heal the whole world. Little place where you can make a positive difference. What's your one little thing you can do to make things better?
And just know that we are here at the Healing Studio every single day, holding this sanctuary open for you for self-care, for self-reflection. We are very much here to be compassionate witnesses for you during this time. Sometimes there's stuff that we're feeling really ashamed about or regretful over, and we are really good at holding space for those feelings, and so that you can work through what you would like to work through without feeling like you're at a confessional,
Yeah.
but instead where you're getting relieved of what you've experienced because you were able to share it and expand it and explore it safely.
Right. And a little bit about what that holding space means is that you can come in with your emotions and we're not going to spiritually bypass them. We're not going to add a positive spin and say, "Oh, I see you're sad. Just be happy."
Yes. Oh, just think of it this way. I love the just. The just drive me crazy. Don't just in.
Right?
Yes. So, all right, you guys. Well, I think that's pretty much it from us for now. Definitely keep an eye out for all the things that we are putting out to support this time period, classes, workshops, that kind of thing. We are definitely kind of, trying to keep creating that community where we can make it through this transition intact and happy, and raising the frequency instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, what was that?
Right.
All right, you guys. Well, go be amazing. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.